And we are super excited to join you once again. This is the Upside Down Show on Citi TV. Now, today we've got interesting stuff. You know, it's so mind-boggling, you know, how people decide to express themselves, how people decide to take one campaign or the other to a different level. Now, today, we are also bringing you very close to Christmas. Yep. From January to November, we are already in December. And very soon, the year will be over. Now, what you'll be asking yourself is, how well did you fare with your resolutions? Don't worry, did we all, you know, carry them through? We always have another opportunity, you know, to make sure that we relive our resolutions. And so if you're not able to go through, I don't think I was able to go through a quarter of mine, but that is how it is, you know, it comes with a lot of pressure. But you are very welcome. This is your favorite lifestyle television show, The Upside Down Show. I'm Frema Edunyame. After this break, we'll be letting you in on who our guests are for the day. We'll be right back.
On this episode, we'll be speaking with some group of Ghanaians who woke up and decided to embark on a journey to Tamale from Accra on bicycles with one female, the Zen Riders. We'll also speak with Echo Sax, a saxophonist you won't forget after an encounter with him. Finally, we'll have a conversation with a Dutch Ghanaian gentleman who plays the steel drum, Derek Simpe.
You're welcome back. Now, there's a lot of pressure in the system. If you live in Ghana, you know what I'm talking about. Now, if you are in Accra, your pressure level is on a different height. You know, everything contributes to you probably suffering one mental health issue or the other. Sometimes when you talk of mental health, people are just thinking of the ladies and gentlemen you find on the street. But look, we all have issues that we are dealing with. Sometimes when you talk to experts, you know that your case is even worse than the people you find on the street. But we have a group of ladies and gentlemen who have decided, you know, to do the needful, to create awareness, to find support for people living with mental health, and also let us know much more about this. Now, their way of expressing or embarking on their campaign is to be riding bicycles. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to say so much because they'll be telling us where they have been riding to and from where. Ladies and gentlemen, also in the show, we will be getting much more from Echo Sax. You saw the beautiful tunes you heard from the beginning. We also have a steel drummer. I bet you're not too sure what I'm talking about, but when they eventually come, you know what exactly people are doing. By the meantime, please help me welcome. We don't have the entire team here. We have some members of the team, and in fact, they will be telling us where the rest of the guys are. But I can understand if we don't have all of them here. But please help me welcome the Zen Riders. Yeah. Hi. Wow. Guys. Well, so I'm sure you understand why we have bicycles on the set today. Now, we have Anita Solomon. Hi, Anita.
Hi.
Right, we also have Pious Hayford. Pious.
Yes.
Right, and we have Michael Amankwa. Hi, Mike.
Hi.
Right, you are so ready. Have you been riding today? Did you ride here?
We just did a little short ride outside.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But to start with, Zen Riders. Just a little bit. Who's going to tell us about Zen Riders? Let me start with you, Anita. Tell us a little bit about the Zen Riders. How did the group come about? I mean, why did you guys decide one day to just ride somewhere?
Okay, so Zen Riders are just a group of everyday Ghanaian men and women who came together to just take cycling out. Okay. We are not professional cyclists.
Oh, you're not?
No, we are not. That's why I say we're everyday Ghanaian.
Wow.
Men and women. So Michael is the founder of the group,
okay.
And we started off as just a cycling group. So we just met up. We train at the Legon,
okay.
5 times a week. So that is how the group came about. It's just a cycling group. We have, I think, there's a few of us, but the people who rode to Tamale, 7 of us. We have 5 people, and then 2 professional cyclists who sort of coached us. So the group is just ordinary people who took up cycling as a physical activity.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Michael, so what do you do? I mean, profession?
I'm an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Yeah.
So of all the things that you could think of all the things you probably could do if a few Ghanaians come together. Why cycling?
Well, I did Kilimanjaro last year, September of last year, 2022. So I did that alone. So I got a lot of lessons from that expedition. So when I came back, I said, well, if I was able to summit the highest mountain in Africa alone, can I come up with a big challenge whereby I can invite others to join me for us to succeed together? Because if we're able to do that, then what it means is that we as Ghanaians, we can actually have a big vision, come together, put in the work, and then succeed. So that was the motive behind the challenge that we did.
But why did you want to challenge yourself that much? What, you get up one day and you want to ride bicycles to Kilimanjaro? Why?
The thing about life is fun when you have big challenges ahead of you that keeps you, where you're purposefully living, right? Mm-hmm. Instead of just waking up and just going through the motions without you having an agenda. Mm-hmm. So what we wanted to do was, let people know that, we can actually have an audacious goal like this. Like Anita said, we are everyday people. Yeah. We have Anita, who is a banker. I'm an entrepreneur. He's an architect. Okay. We have a music teacher. We have a security guard. Okay, so 5 everyday people, as she was saying. Mm-hmm. So we sought to use this to educate people on mental health, inspire people, and then also entertain people, because most people did not think that it was possible, given that we're not professional cyclists.
Pious, so Michael just mentioned your profession, but please mention that again.
Yeah, I'm an architect.
An architect.
Yes.
And you get time, 5 days in a week to go train?
Yes, so naturally I'm a night person, so when I decided to embark on this challenge, the idea of waking up at 4 a.m. and start training at 5 a.m. was impossible for me.
Yeah.
So it changed my whole system, and I'll say it was a very difficult period for me. But I adjusted, as you know, when you put your body through these stresses, they always adjust. So going through that change was a huge challenge for me. Not even the cycling itself, but to wake
waking
up,
to start with.
Drive all the way from Tema to Legon every morning, 5 days a week, was a challenge for me. So I was able to manage that because it was early morning. Then after that, I do my normal day work. So it took a lot out of me, but we managed to.
Are you fulfilled?
Extremely. If you ask me to go again, I think I will.
Wow, I really wish I could do this, but it sounds so spiritual. Everything. I don't see myself. But Anita, you are a banker, and I know the challenge, that comes with banking, and you're able to do this. I also see you with
I have
your
2
family.
children, yes.
Boys or girls?
1 girl, 1 boy. But the thing is, you make time for the things.
Did you also read the 5 a.m. book? It looks like that 5 a.m. book is the mad book. Did you read it?
I am an early person anyway,
Okay.
but you make time for the things you want to do, really. We always say we don't have time, especially women, but you can always make time for the things that you want to do. So it's just a matter of adjusting. I used to go to work so tired sometimes, but you go for training, you come home, you get ready to go to work. Like you said, sometimes I leave work at 9 p.m.,
Yes.
go back home. But you just have to make time for the things you're really passionate about. And finding time to exercise is actually really good because it sets you up for the day. It really sets you up for the day. So you're even able to cope more. Your senses are sharp. You feel much more refreshed. So it helps.
Right, Michael, is cycling your hobby?
No.
What is cycling to you?
It's just an activity to keep me fit, physically fit and then mentally sharp. I'm not a physical person. I've never been a sports person. I don't consider myself an athlete.
Okay.
But when I realized that life, primarily your physical health and your mental health are the most important things that you should take care of, I realized that then I had to have a regime that constantly keeps me physically fit and then mentally sound. So then I picked up different sports, which is obviously cycling, walking, jogging, and I'm doing swimming as well, and then tennis.
So how long have you been doing this, riding bicycle?
Well, we started June 2nd.
This year?
Yeah, this year. Yeah. So we June 2nd, and we agreed to 5 months of training and intensive training, and we do that 5 times a week. And then the beautiful thing about the group was that we're always punctual. So at 5 o'clock we are riding. It's not now that you are coming at 5. At 5 o'clock we are riding. So everybody's on time. So he coming from Committee 5 to in Telma. I mean, that's quite a ride, right? But he always makes sure that he's on time and then we ride. When we ride, we're not talking. We are just riding because we are training, right? And then after that we say hellos to each other and then everybody moves because the day is ahead of you.
How many are you in the group?
Well, primarily 7. I mean, we have 2 professional coaches, and they've been riding for a while, so they actually taught us, the in and outs of riding, and then obviously there's some technicalities here and how to change your gear if you're climbing, if you're descending, stuff like that.
So, when you get to Legon, when you start at 5, what time do you end?
So sometimes we do 6 o'clock. So normally it's like an hour. But sometimes it can extend to an hour and a half, depending on the type of training we are doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So share with us. I mean, riding a bicycle is riding a bicycle. What else are you doing when you say that depending on the training?
Okay.
We see people ride a bicycle.
Okay. So you have what we call pacing. So pacing means that you are going at a certain speed, at a rate of speed. So let's say if you're trying to do like an hour, there's a particular speed you have to maintain, which is obviously challenging. And then sometimes if you're doing hills, we're talking about high inclinations or elevations. Climbing those, obviously, you get tired as well.
Yeah.
Right. So we have different types of
endurance
as well,
whereby they test how far you can go. So we could ride for like 4 hours non-stop.
Non-stop. Because I was going to ask that, do you stop to drink water? Because I'm sure if I am part, I'll have a bit of water, sitting somewhere, water, soft drink, this, every now and then, You don't do that.
You have your water in your holder.
Yeah.
So whilst you're riding, you just take it and you drink, but you're not stopping like to get off your bike and then chill.
No, you guys are superstars, you're magicians. Now, we will take a break. When we come back, I would find out from you where the whole mental health campaign came in. You're still watching the Upside Down show. These guys have ridden bicycles from Accra to Tamale and back. And these are the people, 2 hands, 2 legs. But, I mean, I see magic in what they are doing. We'll be right back.
We understand the concerns everyone has about the flag bearer of our political party. I want to assure you that he's not missing.
The report of his disappearance is false?
So basically,
your flag bearer is gone totally.
This may become the next flag bearer.
Isn't it obvious? Our party is in need of a great leader. I have no other option than to step up. I want you to be my running mate. I would like to announce that I intend to contest for the flag bearers. My name is Joseph. I don't fear elections. I will win hands up. I am a tiger. My people have a saying that a live dog is far better than a dead tiger.
I wanted him to invest in our campaign. I didn't know that he would betray me.
Now you have to bring $250,000.
Hey, that's how much you owe.
Why do you have to shout the youth in Disney like that?
Sorry, that's how much you owe.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
Welcome back. This is the Upside Down Show. Our guests, the Zen Riders, and they've done an amazing trip from Accra to Tamale and back, all in the name of raising awareness on mental health. So whose idea was it? No, before we go on to that, how many ladies are in the group?
So we have about 3.
Okay.
3 ladies, 3 or 4. But in terms of those who rode, it was just Anita who rode.
Anita, you're a superwoman. You should have come with your cake, so we celebrate it properly. But how is the feeling like, riding with guys?
It was nice.
Oh, you don't see guys. You don't see that. You see fellow riders, yeah?
Yeah. It was a good team. We all click. We all get on very well. We really work together as a team. And like I kept saying that when women find themselves in groups that supports them, they can do whatever they want to do, right? So as we were riding, a lot of people were like, oh, Obaka home. Everybody was surprised. But I think I was able to do it because the guys are amazing, right? They gave me all the support I needed. When we were riding, when I got tired, I would just say, guys, I'm tired, and we'll stop. They were doing macho on the road. So nobody would say, I'm tired, but I would just say, oh, I'm tired, and everybody would stop for me. So it was a good experience. I also wanted to put it out there to women that if you put your mind to anything, you can't do it. And normally there's support. I think we restrict ourselves from doing things. Nobody is not asking us to do things that we think, oh, this is a man's world, this is something only a man can do. But if you put yourself out there, you will get the support.
Absolutely.
And for me, I got the support from the guys.
Great. I'm inspired.
Yeah.
So in June when it started, did you have the name already? Have you had the name that one day I'll form a cycling team and I'll call it Zen Riders?
No, we didn't.
Okay, so at what point did you get a name?
I think the name came in, so we have June, so May. Because we realized that, okay, at that point we had to obviously put structure. And if you want to put structure, there has to be an identity. You need a name that also represents what you do. So Zen is after the Zen philosophy, where we talk about mindfulness, inner peace, self-development, and stuff like that. So Zen Riders is not about cycling. It's not about cycling. It's about a lifestyle, which obviously cycling is just one of the key activities. So there are people in there who do yoga religiously. She does yoga. He does yoga. Those who do swimming. So you can. It's multi-sport, but we started off with the cycling.
Okay. So whose idea was it for us to go to Tamale? So nothing has happened. Nobody is chasing you. No. Nobody is holding your neck. You get up one day and say, let's ride bicycle to Tamale and come back.
So after I did Kilimanjaro and I came back, I put out I was looking for my next adventure. So I came out with Machu Picchu, which is in Peru. Everest Base Camp in Nepal, and then cycling from Accra to Tamale. So for my the people that support and follow me on social media should choose what they wanted me to do next, because I use it to inspire and motivate people that guys watch. You can dream, prepare, do it, put in the effort, and you're going to succeed. So they said, well, they wanted Accra to Tamale.
I remember
because that one was that would be very easy to track.
Now they can see, right? But if you're climbing some boy in Machu Picchu in Peru,
we don't know. You never tell us that, and I didn't know, but this is how we can.
Yes, and then also they wanted the opportunity to actually see the countryside, right, as we're going, because we're always updating real time with videos and pictures and all of that. So they chose Accra to Tamale, but they also knew that it's going to be like crazy because they didn't know anybody who had done it, right? And most we are not professionals, so obviously the odds were against us. So that's how that came about, Accra to Tamale and back in 10 days, 1,300 kilometers.
In 10 days.
But we did it in
9 days.
In 9 days?
Yes. Wow. 5 days in, 4 days out.
So did Michael come to you, Anita and Pious, to say that, guys, I want to embark on this, can you join me? Or you saw the post and decided
I saw the post.
I want to be part of this.
I saw the post, I remember so well. And I said, oh, that would be a good way to see. I had lived outside Ghana for a long time, so I said, oh, that would be a very good way to see the country, Ghana. So for me, that was also my motivation. That
how old are your children?
18 and 16. I'm old, so don't
worry. I have a 17-year-old. He's almost 18 as well, and a 14-year-old, so no problem. I mean, we are holding it tight.
Yeah, we are.
That's so beautiful. Now, did you tell them that this is what I'm doing, and what did they say?
My daughter was mortified. She said, Mommy, the Ghana roads, you can't be cycling on the Ghana roads. So she was very, very concerned. My son was very, go for it, Mommy, go for it.
He's quite adventurous, right?
Very, but eventually my daughter is so happy. She's like all over me. So, but she was initially very concerned because she said, you cannot. She said, if I ask you that I wanted to cycle on the Ghana roads, you say no. No. So why are you going to do that? But,
Well, that's what makes mommy.
Yeah.
But How was it like, on the road? Were you riding in the night? How was it? Were you sleeping and then the next day you continue? Or, I mean, we are moving means we are moving. So, Pious, let me find out from you.
So the whole idea was to try and average a distance of 120 kilometers each day. So that's how we planned the route. Okay. So the first stop was at Nkoko, second stop Kumasi, third stop Techiman, fourth stop Kintampo, and then Tamale. So these were the stops. So we were targeting to do the 120 kilometers within 8 hours, each day. So we pace ourselves to ensure that we have a bit of rest to hydrate and all of that, and then we'll sleep when we get to those spots that I've mentioned. Yes, so that's how we manage it. The only huge challenge we had was when we're coming back, because we wanted to do it in 4 days. There was a particular day we needed to do 191 kilometers, and that was, I think, the next day we probably might have given up. The next day, after doing 190 kilometers, I'm sure if you drive for 190 kilometers, you know what. But to ride for 191.
But why did you do that?
Because we decided to enjoy Tamale for an extra day.
So you had to make up the time.
So that was tough. That was the toughest, I think.
Imagine.
But for some reason, the next day the ride was easy.
Really?
After the 190.
So where did you end at the 190?
Oh, so Tamale all the way to Kintampo. All the way. We rode all the way to Kintampo. It was hellish, I would say.
No, I know, because at Citi we have the Heritage Caravan where we are driving around. And even in a bus from Tamale to Kintampo, I know how that can be difficult.
Well, the terrain in Tamale also made it very difficult because it's almost flat. So you have to constantly move the legs. You can't relax. So when you get to Kintampo, you can climb, descend, climb, descend. When you are descending, you can take a bit of rest. But that ride from Tamale to, there's a place called Dawa. That was tough with the weather and all of that.
Maybe here Dawa, you should know that it will be tough.
Yes, so I think that was the most challenging. But apart from that, the rest, it had its own peculiarity. I'm sure Michael can share some of them. Yes.
So to add to what he said, so that particular day we rode, that's on the bike, and 8 hours and 30 minutes. We rode, as in we were sitting on the bike riding for 8 hours.
So I go to work, I get to the office, do all my work and everything, and close.
8 to 5.
You were still on the bike.
On the bike.
So that day we were on the road for 12 hours. We were on the road for 12 hours, but rode for 8 hours, 30 minutes. And we got the 191 kilometers.
Wow.
Yeah, to Kintampo. Tamale to Kintampo.
I mean, that day was... Our body
I think that we should call all the communities, along the stretch to come and clap for you.
We had a bit
of you more than deserve this. But let's look at the mental health part of the whole thing. Why cycling for mental health?
So August 12th, I remember very well because my favorite boxer, or one of my favorites, Anthony Joshua and Hellenius was fighting. So it was a Saturday. So normally on Saturdays we walk from Ayemesa to Botanical Gardens. So at about 5 a.m. whilst we were going right at the foothills of Ayemesa, I saw a lady in a ditch, in a gutter. She was there, So we all just walked past. So at about 12:30 on our return, I saw her still there with flies all over her. And I was like, okay, this is not right. This is a human being. So what's going on? So there were some guys, not too far from her, and I asked the Charlie, what's going on here? So she's been here for like a week,
In the gutter?
Yes, in the gutter, for a week. I'm like, okay, Charlie, we have to do something about it. So I spoke to a guy who lived by, and I said, okay, let me give you some momo, get some match kinky and sort it out, whilst I call to see where we can get help. So I called Pantai Hospital. They said, well, they can actually assist, but, it will cost so and so. And I said, okay, the following day, I will, make arrangements and get the lady sorted. I called back the following day, she passed.
Oh, no.
She died. And that lady could have been anybody's sister, wife, auntie, whatever. She died. I mean, like a whole week she was there. So that's when obviously probably she had some mental challenges. So then that's what got us attracted to the cause of mental health. And mental health is basically, it's not about those who are like super sick in their heads where now they've gone mental, where they are actually on the roads naked and all of that. But we all have episodes of it from time to time. It's just the degree of it. So we wanted to use this as an approach. So there are 3 key agendas that we had. One is to entertain, because people didn't think that these everyday people can ride the bicycle in the first place. So people were watching to see whether we will fail or not. You know, people are already rush, they can't do it and all of that. So, you know, we had their attention. The second was to educate. So we partnered with Psychiatric Department of Kolebu. So we had a resource with us. At any point, all the communities we're passing through, we're stopping, we're engaging. You know, we'll do radio, you know, interviews, TV interviews, then community. So we gather, you know, market women, taxi drivers, people working in the timber markets, little kids, you know, students, pupils. So we did all of that as part of the outreach.
As you moved?
Yeah, as we're moving.
So what time were you doing that?
Sure.
No, because now it's getting
No, it was intense. It was intense. There was no,
because I thought it was just riding.
No. We were doing all of. So we have all of that, you know, videos and you know, all of that.
We'll see
so we did that as well. So it's about having a plan, working within that plan, staying focused, and that's what we wanted to show people. So we wanted to inspire, educate, and then entertain. Those were the 3 key piece of agenda.
No, I am more than inspired, truly. I really wish I saw you, you know, at some point.
I will do one for you, don't worry.
Thank you. They said it on television, you know, they said on TV that it will happen. Yeah. So now you set yourself to do Accra, Tamale, Accra, like a flight, right? So what's next?
What's next? Am I permitted to say? So what's
yes.
Next?
I mean, so now we can actually follow you properly, you know,
so
with cameras.
The next one is humongous. Accra, Tamale, and back is like kindergarten, like creche.
Don't scare me.
No, this one we are looking at summiting all the 7 highest mountains in all the 7 continents: Australia, South America. We're talking Nepal. That's Everest. Kilimanjaro in Tanzania, which I have already done. So some of them are going to do that. There's one in Antarctica, and then Russia. So we are going to summit. Yeah, we're going to Russia, we're going to Argentina, we're going to Nepal, Australia, to summit the highest mountains in all of this continent. And
Michael,
yes,
what do you want to achieve in your life? What are you looking for in this world?
I think the legacy that I want to live is for people to know that we are limitless and capable. So watch us do it, just like we did.
Have you not proven this enough?
No.
You've done Kilimanjaro. You've done.
We need more. We need more.
Anita, would you join?
I will leave my children.
Michael.
My children have their own life. They are going to university. They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Pious.
I mean, you know,
you are yet to have your children. I can think about this again.
I think I'm doing it for them. You know, riding to Tamale and back, none of my colleagues actually believed it could be done. And you know, after doing it, I don't know what else is impossible.
Exactly.
And these things are it's more of the mind. You could talk about the physicality, you know. We're all physically okay. I wouldn't say we're there physically, you know, but I think 70% was more of the mind. You know, the mind took us further. I mean, Anita will tell you, most of the times when we are going, we got tired physically all the time. But when we decide not to stop, we forget about the tiredness and then we just see the destination and then just keep moving. So I think it's something that we would, you know, summit and then...
Now, before I leave you guys to go, you've ridden from Accra to Tamale and back. What did you pick about Ghana, Anita?
Ghana is beautiful. I mean, the women that were cheering us along the road, they gave us bananas. The landscape is amazing. I mean, when you get to the north, it's beautiful. The people are very nice. When we got to Tamale, you know, the king or the chief hosted us in his palace. Like, there was a whole debate for us. You know, the headmaster of Savannah International School received us nicely. So Ghanaians, we still have that, you know, hospitality bit in us. And we sort of interviewed all the women that were selling, you know, just to put perspective on women, right? How most of the women are single mothers. They are looking after their children. It goes back to the Ghanaian woman who is so entrepreneurial, who's, when they get money, they put it back, you know, into the family.
Right.
So.
Now, Michael, so you have also seen it all. If you met government and they asked you, something about Ghana, something that we could change to improve, what would that be?
I think it's more education.
Okay.
It's more education because even the little ones, even the pupils, when we're engaging them, talking about mental health, quite a number of them, majority of them understood and they got it. And they were asking very intelligent questions. And what I realized was that the more we engage people, the more they wanted to talk. So there's a room, there's an opportunity for us to have the relevant conversations.
Yeah.
So the question is that the things we talk about, how relevant are they? Because at the end of the day, when people are physically well, mentally sound and all of that, there's productivity.
Absolutely.
There's productivity. If you're unwell and you come to work, there's no way you can be optimally productive.
Yeah.
So as a nation, as a people, we need to ensure that we are focusing on our health, physical and mental, because at the core of the things we do lies those two key things.
Right. Now, Pious, you have said a lot of things you've pegged and things you've learned and all that, but what would be that one highlight of the entire trip?
I got a little bit ahead of the team and then saw a group of women, middle-aged women selling on the streets, so I decided to take a rest. They treated me like a king.
You are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And before I left, they gave me a bunch of fruits. They were surprised I could wake up one day and decide to just ride to Tamale and back. And
I co-signed to that surprise.
Yes. and that I think is the spirit of the Ghanaian. I think Ghanaians are very, loving people. We almost lost it, but I think it's there. This trip has made me realize it's still there.
Yeah. Don't let the politicians confuse you. We are very nice people,
yes, we are.
until we wear that political jacket. Yeah. But you guys have done tremendously well. Please extend our congratulations to the other team members who are not here. You've done a yeoman's job. I could never picture. In fact, I would have been one of the people who would say that let's wait and see if they can do it. Because it sounds... almost impossible. Why would anybody get up and say that I want to ride a bicycle, from Accra to Tamale and back on the bicycle? But you've done amazingly well. Thank you very much, because I also believe that mental health is a serious conversation that we really need to have in our country, especially with all the things happening on social media around us with the young people. So thank you very much for taking this challenge up, and we look forward to the other ones that you are going to do. We'll have our cameras, this time follow you, and we will also look at how we can package that and put it on, because this is also very interesting, like you mentioned, to entertain as well. It's been an interesting conversation. I did not join the trip, but I've learned so much. I feel like I was part of the whole trip. So I can also say that, well, I wasn't part, but I spoke to the guys who were part, so I also deserve some accolades, right? All right, so thank you very much, Anita. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Pious. You guys should have come with your capes, because you are superheroes. You've done so well. So we'll end it here. Thank you very much once again. And we'll look forward to the bigger ones that are coming.
How about you join us for a ride?
We
brought our bicycles, so
and they are beautiful. But you have the skill, you have the grace, you have the favor to ride bicycle. Like the women who gave you the banana. Next time I'll give watermelon.
Oh, good.
I'll make sure it's cold. Chilled one. So it really bring your pressure down. But Nana is so adventurous, there's nothing that he won't do for both of us. I know that I always got him. Hey, Nana! Well, they're saying that you're going to be riding bicycle. I don't know from where to where, but challenge. Anita has done Accra, Tamale, Accra. And I know that, Nana, I don't know what you'll be doing.
No need to worry. I know you. If we were riding to the Maldives, you would have joined us.
You know the vibe, yeah? Yeah,
so... Fine. Guys, come on, let's go take a ride outside. What are the basic stuff you need to know?
You want to have your helmet with you.
Yeah.
Then you want to check the bike itself. So your tires have to be properly inflated.
Right.
Depending on the type of bike you have, whether you have a mountain bike, road bike, hybrid, gravel, they all have their own recommended pressure levels. So you want to check that and see how it's going. And then also you want to check that your chain
The chain, quite important.
A lot of times you want to also oil it a bit. You know, that's if you've not done your regular maintenance.
Okay.
From time to time, depending on the frequency and how often you ride it, you want to also oil your chain. Yeah. And then if you're riding, you want to also get your reflectors, your lights.
Okay. That's for safety.
Yeah, for safety.
Okay. So, okay, we're going to go for that, right? I think I should just take off this jacket. Let me just leave this with hydrogen. And let me jump on mine. Hope there's no room to this.
No.
So yeah, I'm good, right?
Alrighty, welcome back. This is the Upside Down Show on Citi TV. Now, you saw what Nana did. Yeah. You know, they say Superman don't come wearing pain. But this is what, I'm always super proud of him. That's why, you know, what I always say, what won't he do for both of us?
We'll take the shots for you.
I share in that glory.
Yeah,
you know.
however they want to understand the shots.
You saw what we did and how we did it. But how was it, you know, I mean, do the right thing?
And you're Freddy Agro. It's not easy.
What do you think my motto in life is? Minimum effort,
maximum enjoyment.
This life I can't kill
myself. The last time I rode a bicycle, I had hair, so you can imagine.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, it means you really were good, you know, when you were riding, because even with what you did, I mean, if you've not ridden that long,
I still got the skills and all.
You were on a nut before.
Yeah, we like short distance. We don't like any long journey things.
Yeah. When it comes to bicycle riding. And Christmas is just around the corner, you know, situation.
Fireworks.
Anything.